coming down. Christmas, I'm watching it fall.
Sorry, what?
Welcome to the Christmas edition of Past, Present, and Pointless. I'm your festive host, Alexander Carter.
You can't tell right now, but he's got a festive hat on. So.
Yay! And my co-festive host is Leonie Chambers.
We will post pictures of us in our Christmas jumpers at a later date.
Mine's
stay tuned.
Mine's going to be Pickle Rick.
Stay tuned, but they will be happening.
Christmas pickle.
I have like 10, so who knows which one I'll wear.
So this Christmas episode is going to be slightly different. It's episode 8.5, technically, 8.5.
Why is it 8.5?
Because it's not a full episode. It's going to be just like a kind of mini episode because it's like we did a Halloween one. So this is going to be the Christmas one.
So all our festive seasons are going to be mini episodes.
Episodes.
I like that.
Yeah, you like that idea? Awesome. Cool. We could do birthday ones as well.
For whose birthday? Our own birthdays.
Our own birthdays. Yeah. And we could do movies that were released either on that day, on that year.
I bet I've got really rubbish ones.
I don't know, maybe not. You'd be surprised. Alright, let's start off with the movie section. Christmas movies. So we watched 2 new ones. Well, three new ones for me, but 2 new ones for you.
Yeah.
So we watched The Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2 and Happiest Season. Which one would you like to start with first?
Can we start with Happiest Season?
Happiest Season. Okay, so what did we like and dislike about this movie?
What we liked. It was obviously Dan Levy because he's a gem.
He's an absolute gem. He literally just plays his character David
does.
Rose from Schitt's Creek.
And I love it. I love to meet him because he's so fun and he's just so...
He just seems so cuddly.
He's just so
adorable.
fun. Like, he's just
he does seem like a really fun, laid-back kind of guy. He's very
amazing.
Talkative. And
I'd like to be friends with him. Dan Levy, if you're listening, please be friends with me.
He'll never let the conversation die. He's a very good actor as well.
I think he carried the film in general. Like,
even though his character's part was like a sub part, wasn't a full on part. He still, that's the part the scenes I waited for.
Literally,
in the movie.
like as the film started, we'd only been into one scene with him, and we were like, "Oh my god, I really hope there's like flash scenes of him in it. Like, I hope it cuts back to a character or whatever. I hope they happen." And as soon as they happen, the first time we were like, and then we were just waiting for those scenes every time.
True. So it revolves around Kristen Stewart's character. She's coming home for the holidays to her girlfriend's parents' house, but the girlfriend hasn't told her parents that she's gay, and she doesn't want to tell them over Christmas. She said, "Oh no, we'll just wait for the new year." But they've been dating for like more than half a year or something.
Yeah, they live together. No,
they live together,
it's
don't
like
they?
A year or more.
A year or more.
Together.
And I think it's one of those movies where Christmas is all about family and about acceptance and about love. So you should be accepted no matter who you are and what you are.
I think what the thing is that the film was trying to say is obviously it's really hard to come out to your parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. It should just be a standard, "Oh, here's my girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever." But
yeah, and they were like they were like 30 years old or something.
It's still quite hard for people to still come out these days. But
depending on how your background, what your parents are like.
I think what annoyed me about this film in general is that if you hadn't come out into your parents and stuff like that, you wouldn't lie to your partner about it, and you definitely wouldn't bring them home to this like massive family occasion, because Christmas is one of those things like for a lot of people it's not just, oh, you sit around a table and have food. You go out, you have dinners.
It's about connecting with your friends and family.
Yeah,
isn't it?
and in fact the size of her family as well and everything, and it's how she acted as well. She was that scared to say anything.
She was so scared.
She was actually acting like a different person.
Yeah, and she
was going to
at one moment she wanted to go out with her friends on a night out instead of be with her.
And the thing is though, if you're going to do that kind of thing, if you don't want to tell someone, you would never bring someone into that situation that you care about, because you're just going to push them away, and that's evidently what she did in the film.
True. There's obviously nice elements of Christmas in there, and the big speech by the big speech by Dan Levy's character at the end, well, toward the end, was really moving and heartfelt. I feel as though if he wasn't in it, I probably wouldn't have watched it.
Do you feel like he was bringing some of that from his own experiences? Obviously, we don't know when he's come out to his parents or whatever, but the obviously will know.
I'd like to think that he wrote that part, that little speech about himself.
Yeah, I feel like he did.
Yeah. Although his relationship with his dad is is spot on. It's fine.
Yeah, we know, but we don't know behind the scenes and when
He may
they
have
were younger
wrote
and
that
stuff
part
like
for himself, for his own character. But if he didn't, if the writers behind the movie wrote it for him for his part, then they still did a pretty good job. And
They did.
he delivered that speech really well. It was very
You could
heart,
feel
very
it.
moving.
You could feel the emotion that was coming from him as his character.
Yeah, exactly. For an actual LGBTQ person in real life who has gone through things like that, who knows what it's like, for them to be expressing it in a movie for other people to see, especially over Christmas where everyone's going to be looking for a new Christmas movie to watch.
True.
And young adults like that are going to be watching it that are in the LGBT community, and they're going to help understand themselves more. And
Definitely.
if they can see it coming from like a 40-year-old guy who's had troubles or whatever, they're going to think, oh, and maybe it is okay. Maybe I can be myself, and maybe Christmas is the right time to do it. Because they did that in Love, Simon as well, didn't they? He said on Christmas Day.
Yeah, they did actually, yeah. I just think it's one of those things, like, the only thing that annoyed me about her is that, first of all, the fact that she lied about it, that she's told her own
The girlfriend.
that she'd come out to him, and she said they were fine with it. And then she invited her, knowing full well that she hadn't.
Yeah.
And then, because she was expecting her to say no, and then when she actually said yes, she should have then come clean about it and said, oh, actually, no, okay, I didn't actually tell them. And then she would have just said, okay, that's fine, because she'd have obviously understood that she wasn't ready. But it's
It
the
could
fact...
have been a bit more mature about the situation.
Exactly, and it's like she brought her into that. And everything
And not
that
just
kind of...
blatantly lied to her.
Everything that happened, I think it kind of snowballed from the first day onwards.
Christmas pun there.
See what I did
snowballed.
there?
I like that.
I just think that, if you think about a real situation, like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't just let that happen. And quite frankly, I was literally thinking about the whole film, like, why is she still with her?
Yeah.
Why is she still with her? Like, she's taken all this shit from her, basically.
But it was a nice, accurate representation of how a person in that mindset is or would be around their family at that given time, and that, well, let's say that age group, any age group from that community. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie.
See,
it could have been a little bit better.
I feel like there was good elements in it, and obviously Dan Levy.
Yeah.
And
A bit drawn out, some parts were.
But I think there could have been something else there. Like, I don't think there was quite enough going on.
Yeah, there could have been a bit more Christmassy spark to it. So would you like to give any more points, or would you like to go for the rating?
I'm going to say 6.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So that's called Happiest Season. Keeping up with the festivities, we have some Christmas life hacks. Oh, I don't think you're ready for these.
Christmas!
Woo!
Give me the hacks.
These are for people, like, say, Boxing Day, when you've had your Christmas, you've had all your presents, everything, you've had your meal, you've sat down, you watched a few Christmas movies, and there's that second day. I don't know if you drank a lot on Christmas Day. That Boxing Day is kind of when you're just a bit more chilled out, a bit more mellow. You're playing with your gifts or whatever you've got for Christmas Day, and you're kind of going through everything.
Or wearing them all in our face.
Or wearing them if you wanted clothes.
10 outfits in one.
It's crazy how you're a kid and you're like, I don't want clothes. And when
that's
you're an
all
adult,
you
you're
want.
you're like, give me this jumper now. I need this jumper in my life.
True story.
It has a skull on it. I need it.
This is true.
All right, so some life hacks that you could try possibly on Boxing Day would be a good day to do it. Well, actually, this first point, I've just reread it. It's probably not a good time because your tree's already up. So let's say for the start of December, these are some good hacks. So number 1, if you use some green tinsel, and wrap it round your Christmas tree on a sparse one if you have one, or if your tree looks a bit shitty or a bit withered.
Or if you're a bit cheap.
Or a bit cheap. If you bought like a £5 6-foot Christmas tree and it's a bit crap.
On sale for a tenner.
In like a pound shop. If you use green tinsel to make your Christmas
Grow your own tree.
wrap it round it, it makes it look fuller because it's the same colour as the faux branches.
The fullets.
The faux.
Fullets. Yeah, that's actually really clever to be
It's
fair.
actually a really good idea. I don't know why we haven't thought of this before.
Especially as that sparse tree that we've got.
Yeah. The second hack here I have: if you save your empty egg cartons or empty cupcake holders, like if you get a pack of 4 or a pack of 12 cupcakes and you've eaten them over Christmas.
If you've had a party.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've lost the bauble box, your storage box for your ornaments or whatever,
Or if
little
you're
tiny ones.
psycho and you just put them all in one box and just throw them in.
Oh god, if you just put them in a plastic tub or something, are you mental?
Just all together like that.
Jesus Christ, it needs to be order in the world, people.
True story.
So if you save your empty egg cartons or empty cupcake holders, they can actually store your smaller ornaments and use a bit smaller baubles, medium to small, not your large ones.
Regular size baubles.
Regular size baubles to small baubles. Barbara.
Bubbles.
Hashtag bauble storage.
Bubbles.
But that's a really good point, actually. I think that it saves space. It makes you a bit more organised. It makes you feel better. Like, oh, it's easier next Christmas. Because who wants to come round and, like, friggin', where are these? Oh, the baubles smashed because we chucked the boxes back up and they weren't in anything.
Yeah, true.
And a lot of them are glass or plastic. People who pay for nice ones, they want to keep them nice.
Some of them, even though if they're not glass or anything, get dinted.
You see, some baubles, they come in like those really bad plastic
They do.
containers that are dead flimsy, or they come in cardboard boxes that tear easily, that aren't
Or
protected
you've had
very
them for
well.
like a million years and you don't know where any of the boxes are.
Yeah, exactly. And the packages, just over the years, they become more and more like that. So if you get like a strong plastic, like the plastic one there, it'll hold up a bit better than egg cartons. But I suppose egg cartons are a bit better for maybe like your
recycling those.
your
Think
finer
about it this
ones.
way, because every year you could get the baubles out. You could use them, and if the box is a bit worn, you could just get another one and put them in.
Yeah, if you've broke them every year, you're gonna end up throwing away that box. But if you buy a stronger plastic box, I know it's not environmentally healthy, but it's you're gonna keep it.
But even if you don't, and you keep using your egg boxes, it's just gonna recycle every year, so it's not going to cause any damage.
True. All right, third life hack here is another storage one as well. So you wrap your lights around a clothes hanger for tangle-free storage. So if you get your coat hanger, maybe work better with the triangle one for trousers.
Can I just?
You keep wrapping it around one side and wrap it around the other
Can
side.
I just edit that hack for you there?
Okay.
So
you're gonna one up it.
So if you get a long piece of card, maybe preferably A4, you cut it in half. The stronger card, you could actually wrap it around the card in long ways, and that would probably keep it a lot neater. And it's then gonna not get tangled because you've wrapped it continuously, and it's not in a round ball; it's in a long straight line. So yeah,
that's a good one as well. Or I'll one up you.
Go on then. I'll take your one up and one up more.
After you've wrapped your presents, if you get the empty wrapping tube left over, you could wrap the lights around that.
True, same thing, but
and that would go up the whole roll.
You're going round instead of going long ways, so yeah, it still works, I think.
It's still wrap up, it's still tangle free.
It's still quite strong cardboard.
And Christmas life hack number 4. So if you use ice cream cones, if you save them from summer, and if you're making cupcakes, if you flip the ice cream cone upside down, these are obviously empty ice cream cones with nothing in them, just a wafer cone. If you put them on top of the Christmas cake and you make some green icing and like dot it around the cone going all the way up, it's going to look like a mini Christmas tree cupcake.
What kind of psychopath just gets an ice cream cone and scoops the ice cream out and leaves the cone?
No, you can buy cones on their own to make your own.
Fair enough. That makes more sense.
How do you not know about this?
Can you just imagine?
I don't need this ice cream. Fuck you, Raspberry Ripple.
Can you just imagine someone sat there with a box of like 12 cornettos and scooping it out?
Quick, they need these cones for their cupcakes. Stat! Alright, they were our life hacks. Any more Christmas life hacks, please DM us, send them in, hashtag us, at us, anything, Instagram, Facebook. Let us know about your Christmas hacks.
And we might do like a little mini episode of just people's hacks that they send to us
Oh,
in Christmas
yes.
jumpers, obviously.
We'll try your hacks out in Christmas jumpers.
True story.
Even if it leads to January 1st.
Because there's no such thing as too much Christmas.
The next movies on our agenda, The Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2. They're on Netflix now. Christmas Chronicles number 2 has just come out, so you can check that out. I think both of them are actually in the top 10. I don't know whether they will still be at Christmas by the time you're listening to this, but they are some pretty okay movies. They're family orientated, aren't they? They're family movies, very heavily reliant on CG. There's a lot of elves in them, Christmas elves that are animated. The storylines, I think, could be flushed out a bit better. I think the movies themselves, what led me to them, watching them, was Kurt Russell, his character being Santa, because he looks like the image that everyone has of Santa. And I feel as though, because of how such a good actor he is, he pulled off being Santa really well. That sounded really wrong. He pulled off Santa. He pulled off portraying the character.
Stay tuned for the X-rated Christmas edition.
The X-rated Christmas edition of Kurt Russell pulling off Santa. That's disgusting.
No,
For anyone who
but-
hasn't seen the movies, it centers around the first one is two teens. They accidentally stop Christmas from happening, basically, and
They cancel Christmas.
they cancel Christmas accidentally, and then they have to help Santa throughout the night, basically get Christmas back on track. And they, throughout the thing, they love each other at the end of the movie. And number 2, there is an evil elf that tries to cancel Christmas, tries to stop it from happening, and turns all the elves bad. So then Mrs. Claus and Santa and the girl teenager from the first movie, she has to then help them all in
Do you
the
feel-
North Pole try and basically get Christmas back on track.
Don't you feel like they always do that when they have a sequel? They always drop one character from a Christmas film like that. And they do it every time, don't they? They
Yeah.
have one, they just drop them.
Well, the teenage brother wasn't in the second one as much. He was
no,
just
that's what I mean.
he was at the start and the end of it, and then he was
kinda-
like, "You went on an
my
adventure
God.
without me? What?"
You're too old. We're going to switch you in for another person.
Well,
Maybe
no, I said
a
that.
bit of multicultural going on.
Yeah,
You're out.
we're gonna get an Asian in here. It's fine.
So we need to be PC.
But the teenager, the guy, yeah, I think he was filming The Babysitter 2 at the same time
yeah,
on
you
Netflix.
did say that, didn't you?
Yeah, because it's the same kid.
So that makes more sense, doesn't it?
Mm. Any points? What did you like and dislike about the movie?
I feel like the film itself, the number 1, I think like was an all-round okayish film.
Yeah.
Number 2, I didn't love it as much. I think it was a bit like, meh. It's just kind of drawing out those old things
Like stereotypes,
I
cliche
don't want
things
my
that happen.
mum to remarry, and all this rubbish.
Yeah.
And I think the idea of the elf. See, the elves is the one.
bad elf.
The elves is one of the things I don't like about any of the films. I really hate that they're so animated and like.
Yeah, that's the point that I don't like, how CG they are.
I'd rather have, because there's no other CG really in the film apart from like obviously when they're flying and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather have.
Oh,
them...
that was good. You know when he's like, see Santa hopping over the rooftops of houses? That was pretty cool because it's like a red swoosh behind him.
Yeah, but like it's the fact that there's not a lot in there, but then I think that was so heavily CG.
Yeah,
It just looked a bit tacky.
it did.
And I'd rather have them being like actual people, like live action people, instead of them being those little things.
Yeah,
So
well,
I
they kind of
think-
did that in Fred Claus, didn't they? They were all little elves.
I don't know, I can't remember.
Yeah, I think they were
But-
all little animated ones.
To the film itself, I really like the first one, except for that point about the elves. I think that
Yeah.
could have been changed.
And it
there.
carried on the tradition.
And the
second
thing is
one.
about the second one is it was so heavily involved in the storyline that you saw so much of the animated elves, and it just
Yeah.
really annoyed me.
And you hardly ever saw Santa.
Yeah, it was really annoying.
It was more about this child elf that turned into a human.
Just made me think of Deadpool 2. I just kept seeing it. That's all I kept seeing.
Oh, the kid. Yes, it's
Yeah.
the kid actor, isn't it? Yeah.
But for me, I'd probably say number 1 was probably the best.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be bothered about watching the third one unless they move the storyline on and we don't see the CG elves, or we get rid of them because it's just a really tacky point in the film. And I just think
Yeah,
that
maybe they could do part 3 of like Santa gets lost somewhere and
There's
then
no,
Mrs.
like-
Claus has to take over Christmas.
there's like no need for it. Like it's like why? Who decided in all the films that we've had out there, live action wise,
Yeah.
Christmas wise, who decided that we were gonna have these like weird animated like little things?
And
Who
says,
was in the
who says that
who was in
elves
that
look
room?
like that?
Who was in that room when they were deciding the points in the movie?
Here we go again. Back to that writer's
It's that
room.
guy. It's that guy who changed the movie
You
title.
need to work at Netflix, you do.
It's the guy who changed that movie title. He was the one who was like, okay, I got it, guys. Animated elves. You're a genius. No, he's not. No, he's not. Stop it. Whatever your name is, I'm just going to call you, I don't know,
Darren.
Darren. We'll call you Darren. Darren, stop it. Stop it. Thank you.
So, number 1 out of 10.
I'm going to say, I think it was a decent, alright film. It reminded me a bit of Santa Claus.
Yeah, it
But
had
not-
elements of that.
Not quite as good, I think.
I liked how it explained a bit more things about Christmas and
Mm.
how kind of Santa works around it and stuff like that. That was pretty cool.
Although I thought it was really weird. Like, he was just wandering around, people going, hey, I'm Santa, help me. Like, in reality, you'd be thrown in prison a
Oh,
lot
what I
sooner.
disliked as well was fucking when they started breaking out into song.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot about that.
Hate musicals.
I forgot about that.
I hate it when they just burst out
Thing
into
is, though,
song. It's like, no, don't do this.
I much prefer Christmas films that have meaning in the film. And there's what's the rule? This is it has to be a singing film.
There's only meaning in the movie when it gets to the end. And they're like, you know what? We've had our ups and downs, but you're always my brother. I love you.
No, not always the case. Sometimes like you get those films like Miracle on 34th Street that like there's a message throughout the whole film, and it's really nice. The point's made at the end, but like throughout the film, the meaning's
It's
there.
an ongoing message, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like films like that last every year round, and people watch them every year round. Even The Grinch.
Yeah.
There's no singing in The Grinch, really, is there? Apart from right at the end, really.
Yeah.
And the point's
And
made.
Cindy Lou Who.
And people love that. Yeah, but it's not. It's like a tiny little bit.
Yeah.
So like, don't ruin a film with loads and loads of singing.
True.
So I would say, because of that point that you just made, I forgot about that actually, and the animated CG. I'd probably say it sits on maybe 6.5.
6. I was going to say 6.
Just because
And I'd say
it
part
was
2.
okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably watch number 1 again, but I don't think
I wouldn't watch number 2, no.
No. And
No.
if they make a third one, I'll give it a once over, and if it's got all the same rubbish and terrible stuff in it,
Yeah.
probably no.
I'd probably get halfway into the number 3, and if it's as shit as number 2, then I probably wouldn't watch the rest of it.
Trust me, you wouldn't even get like
Past
half
the
an
opening
hour
credits.
into Jingle Jangle, which is someone was raving about to me.
Oh my god, I've
at
heard
work.
about this, yeah.
Yeah, and literally, I must have got about 15 minutes into it max, and there was a massive singing a song dance number right at the beginning, and
Oh.
it just kept going. It was literally like the whole beginning of the film was carrying on. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's still going. 10 minutes in, it's still going. I need to turn it off.
Funny.
So yeah.
Awesome. And number 2 out of 10, it's going to be a 4 for me. Is it going to be
3.
lower? Oh, yeah. To be
I
fair,
just
he
thought it was
actually,
a flim-flammery storyline in that one.
I think the only reason it got the 4 was because of Kurt Russell's acting as Santa.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a bit like wishy-washy and like.
Overall, I think they're a good family, easy family movies. Kids are going to enjoy it, especially with the
Just
the
necessarily not
CG
the
characters.
adults.
Yeah, you know, adults who don't really care for movies that much, they'll probably be like, "Oh, I'll just chuck this on. It's PG rated. How bad can it
And
be?"
let's sit on our phones.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a good opportunity for kids to just watch chill out a movie at Christmas time. So recommended in that sense. But if you're an avid movie watcher looking for a good Christmas movie,
If you're looking for a decent film, don't watch it.
yeah. But if you're
Watch number 1,
yeah,
but don't put it at number 1 on your list. Put it at like number 4. But yeah,
stick with a classic that you know, like Home Alone
or Milk on 34th Street, or The Grinch,
or Elf.
or Elf. That's a good one.
So that is the Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2, and they are on Netflix now. Let's go for our favourite Christmas songs
Just stole that from right there.
of all time. So, Leonie, your favourites I have here.
They're not quite right, but carry on.
Well, then why would you have me write them down?
Say them
So
to
you
me.
changed the mind.
I did. Say them, and I'm going to change. I'll tell you which ones I've
God.
changed.
Well, you've put down here Lonely This Christmas by Mud,
Mhm.
12 Days of a Pop Punk Christmas by Jared Alonge,
Mhm.
and One More Sleep by Leona Lewis.
So I do like all those ones.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to swap out the classic Mud one because I watched a Christmas film a couple of years ago on Netflix. I can't remember exactly when it came out. It was called Let It Snow. Did you ever watch it?
No.
It was a pretty terrible film in general. But the song in it was so good. And I'm like, it's in my Christmas playlist and I play it every year.
Right.
And I actually really like it. It's called First Christmas.
By...
I'm not sure who it's by.
You must love it so much.
No, because I just play it. It's in my Spotify.
Well,
but
you
it's so good.
you find that, and I'll tell the viewers, listeners, of what my favourite songs are for
I
Christmas.
can't even say it. You can try to say the name if you want to. It's a very strange
What does
name.
it say?
So that begins with an S. You can try and say that if you want.
Shemaiah Kamor.
No, it's a really good song though. It's so catchy. It kind of reminds me a bit of you
In what sense?
because of the song words.
Oh,
You should listen to it and then you'll hear the words.
okay. We'll listen to it in the car at some point.
Okay.
Okay, well, my top 3 are Making Christmas, but by Rise Against. And my second favourite is
Wait, not by.
The Townspeople of Halloween Town.
Is that who does it in that? Rise Against.
No, they've done a cover of it.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. It's not by Danny Elfman and the people
Okay.
for that movie. My second favourite is This Christmas, brackets, I'll Burn It to the Ground, by Set It Off. And my top favourite, which is also your second favourite, 12 Days of a Pop Punk Christmas,
Yeah, I do
by
like that.
Jared Alonge.
I can't even remember the real one now. I've listened to that one so many times.
Yeah, same.
And I try and sing it to myself and I'm just like, nope, it's not even in there anymore. It's gone. It's been
Do you know what
pushed
happens
out.
on the 5th day?
It's been pushed out of my brain and now it's just the pop punk ones in there.
True. And I'm happy that this is happening. What happens on the 5th day?
Of what? The pop punk one or the real
Yeah,
one?
the pop punk one. What does he get on the 5th day? Come on, you know this. You listen to it that
Is
much.
it pepperoni pizzas?
Large pizzas.
Sorry, large.
Large pizzas. Okay, what happens on the 7th day?
You tell me.
7 vinyl records.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's an awesome song for any pop punk lovers out there. It's so emo with itself.
But it's like
It's so emo.
it's funny, but it's still like, 'cause sometimes I think with the pop punk versions of songs, especially of Christmas songs, it's sometimes hard to understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
But I feel like this one's actually
They
quite
sing
clear.
it. He sings it at a really good pace.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't speed through anything. It's poking fun of like themselves at the band, and as well at Christmas, but in like a fun way. Like they're not to be taken seriously at Christmas, like taking the piss out of it, and it's taking the piss out of like how pop punk are. Because at one point he says, "And an unnecessary breakdown." Blah.
Yeah, I do like that bit. It's funny.
And it's just a fun tune.
It is.
I think even if you're not into that genre, you'd still love it
it's just
because you know
it's like a spoof film, but
It's a
it's a
spoof, yeah.
spoof song.
spoof song. Hashtag spoof song.
So yeah, it's a good one.
Definitely give that a try. 12 Days of a Pop Punk Christmas by Gerard Alonge.
And I feel like the other one for me was One More Sleep by Leona Lewis. It was just a really nice song,
Yeah.
and it kind of it explains all those people that are out there and they don't get to see the person they love straight away and they're waiting for them. So it kind of reminds me like when I'm not here with you,
Aw,
and I'm like,
cute.
oh, one more night. It's 5 days, and then I was like, one more night.
Hashtag 100% cute. I love that.
Hashtag.
Thanks. I'd say the other one, because Making Christmas is obviously the cover of one of my favourite Disney movies,
True.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Sinister
And-
Christmas.
Yeah, and This Christmas by Set It Off. I really like that band, and the
I don't
song
feel like
itself.
I've heard that song.
I think you have, but it's more been in the background when you've been doing other things.
Mm.
It's the song. It's very climactic, and it sounds cinematic in itself.
Cinematic. There's that word, guys.
No, it's cinematography.
Cinematic.
Cinematography is
You
my
love that one
word.
too.
I love cinematic as well.
It's cinematic.
Anything that's got cinnamon in the
cinematography
world.
and cinnamon buns.
Cinnamon's my other favourite word to say.
And it's obviously a Christmas thing, so you're welcome.
Yeah, it's just really climactic and
Climactic.
climactic.
Climactic. I could actually listen to some Christmas songs right now.
Yeah,
Let's get that Christmas song vibe on.
we'll do after this. All right, this new exciting section, because it's a mini episode, we're going to do classic movies, but with a twist, classic Christmas movies. Oh, yeah. Can you just hear the Christmas sounds
Hear the joy.
in the background? The joy, the wonder, the excitement.
It feels like I'm sat in Christmas right now.
Oh,
Christmas land.
like if Christmas was a room that you could
Like-
just sit in all day.
Literally, you open that door
Just be full
in
of
Nightmare Before
presents.
Christmas and we're in Christmas land. We're in Christmas land,
The
guys.
tree door.
Yes.
I'd love to go there. I'd also love to go to Halloween Town.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. We split the day.
We can.
We
50-50.
split holidays. We'll go there on Halloween and go there on Christmas.
Sounds good.
Cool. Okay, so this section we're going to do our top 3 favourite Christmas movies of all time. And for everyone listening, to see if it's your favourite top 3 too. And I have some exciting trivia facts
Oh,
for each of the movies.
festive trivia.
So, we'll start with Leonie's favourites. So, her third favourite would be Deck the Halls from 2006, starring Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick. Leonie, please tell us why this is your number 3 favourite Christmas
I just
movie.
like the fact that it's about these two people that obviously have all these things going off in their life and they're just trying to make the most of Christmas and they're just trying to show off, not because they're showing off to each other, but because they're taking their actual problems and then kind of bringing it into Christmas. Like, they think of Christmas like it's their Band-Aid, and they think if Christmas is great,
Yeah.
the rest of my life is going to be great.
I mean, do they even know? See what I did there?
See what I did there. But no, it's good though, because they kind of both think that the other one's trying to like outdo them, but it's not about that. It's about their life issues, and they're sort of pushing it through Christmas. But I
Yeah.
don't think it's until the end that they both really realise that, and it's just nice to see it, like that people's maybe sometimes their problems and stuff like that show through their Christmas.
Yeah, true, I know what you mean.
And I like that day.
So we'd like to give you a little fun fact about that movie.
Yes, I'm sitting down and waiting.
So, actor Matthew Broderick, he actually trained with real speed skaters for a few months for the speed skating race scene.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's quite cool.
So that's, obviously, the
Taste
bits,
of Broadway.
some bits I think where you see him from a far away angle is actually him going around the course. But then when there's like a camera really close up to him, I think that might be a green screen behind him. Just for how they had to film it. But that's a pretty fun fact.
We're all out of
I'd
snow,
love to actually
guys.
do that.
Get that green screen on.
Yeah. I wonder how fast
Can you ice skate?
a little bit. I've tried once before. It's kind of like rollerblading. It's the same motion, isn't it? Trying to balance and stay up and glide.
I feel like it's worse. Like it's harder to stay up on ice.
Especially if you fall over, you fucking slice your fingers off with the blades.
Not only that, but like I feel like when you do ice skating and there's other people around, you got to watch out for other people as well. It's kind of like driving, really, isn't it? I guess, but on ice, because you got to look out for other people.
Yeah, I suppose so. I wonder how fast he was going though. How fast? What speed he got up to? Like, or what speed you can?
88
get up
miles
to.
per hour. Did you break the time-space continuum?
Oh my god! Why can't I break the sound barrier?
Did you go back in time? Did you see Doc Brown? Is he in the Westworld?
Oh my god! There's so many references here all in one. I'm getting referenced all over. God, he's showering me with references.
References.
Okay,
Because you're worth it.
I'm gonna skip your number 2 because there's a good reason behind this. Because it's actually my number 1.
Oh, okay.
So we can
That makes
finish
sense.
off the section talking about it together.
Okay.
That makes sense, doesn't it? So Leone's number 1 Christmas movie is Miracle on 34th Street from 1994.
Classic.
So please tell us why this takes number 1 spot.
It's just one of those films that just kind of holds up throughout the years, and it's got that really nice message in it. You know, it hasn't got any stupid singing in it and rubbish. It's just a nice message, and it's kind of shows, again, it kind of shows people's like feelings and how they react to situations.
Do you think it's relatable to you?
Not necessarily myself, because I don't really hold those issues that woman holds in the film, but
Right.
or the non-believing, because obviously I believe in Santa. Santa, if you're watching.
Hashtag Santa's real.
Hashtag Santa, I believe.
Hashtag Santa 2020.
If you have seen the film, you'll get that.
Santa's going to be wearing a mask, face covering this year.
He will.
Mrs. Claus will make it for him.
Because she
It'll
does
be-
everything else.
It'll be a red one with like,
Some floof.
yeah, some floof around the edges.
Floof.
So a little fun fact for you. So 20th Century Fox offered a full refund for whoever didn't like the movie.
Psychopaths.
And apparently 1,500 tickets were returned.
I want the name of those people
I was
right
going to say,
now.
what would you want to say to those people?
Going to find them. Go fuck yourself. Because you're obviously a heartless person. Your heart is made of coal. I hope you get coal for Christmas.
Another Christmas pun there. I like that.
See what I did there?
Let's reverse things around a bit. Let's switch it up a bit. Alex's favourite movies for Christmas. Number 3
You
spot.
said that in the third person.
I did, didn't I? You gotta
Should I be reading
you
this?
Gotta, nah. You gotta keep. You can do if you really want to. Gotta keep these listeners on their toes. They don't know what's coming.
In case you didn't know, Alex is hungry. Jokes, you had lots of
Go on, you can read it if you can read my writing.
So, Alexander's third favourite Christmas film, A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas. So Alex's third favourite Christmas film is A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas. It's got to be a 3D one, obviously, in 2011.
Yeah.
So tell us why.
First off, I love the fact that it was a Christmas movie in 3D.
The
And the fact that I'd seen the first and second Harold and Kumar a lot of times, and I found that the comedy dynamic between the two characters and actors really authentic and really funny. Not necessarily relatable because I didn't do drugs or anything like that.
I don't
But
feel like I've seen those other two. Can you just do a brief summary of them for me?
So the first one, they try and get to a burger fast food restaurant that's like miles away, and
So it's like a road trip kind of thing.
it's like a road trip kind of thing, yeah. And they
It's
account
the world's best burger.
basically the scene at the end when they finally reach it. It's like a montage of them eating. Literally, yeah,
Is it like your reaction to a Five Guys burger?
a Five Guys burger. Yeah, genuinely. Hashtag Five Guys.
You just see like a little sign in the background like Five Guys. And someone's just like pasting over it. No one will know.
Hashtag 5 Christmas guys. And the second movie, the first movie, they basically, on their way there, they encounter loads of different problems instead of just driving straight to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just takes them the whole movie to get there, basically. And they just encounter loads of funny things that would never, ever happen in real life.
Okay.
And it's so over the top. It's funny. It almost gets to that stupid level, the stupidity level of comedy where it's like, this will never happen. this is absolutely ridiculous, but it's so funny.
Kind of like the first few seasons of Community.
Yeah, sort of. And kind of how like Scary Movie is, how stupid
It's
that comedy
poking fun
is.
at, like,
It's
everything.
poking fun at stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's sort of like that. And then the second one, they get sent to Guantanamo Bay because they get mistaken for terrorists on a plane. Because they think they're going to try and blow up the plane, but he's actually just made this bong that's got a filter in it. So they escape from Guantanamo Bay, and they're basically fugitives on the run, and then they encounter loads of other different problems along the way of trying to clear their name, basically. And
Could
then
they not have just given him the bong and they could have just looked at it?
yeah, but then it's just, that's the type of movie they don't want to listen to them, because they're just like, no, terrorist, you are a terrorist.
You're wrong, that's it.
I'm not listening to anything you have to
You're
say.
big, I'm small. No, wait, that's not right. I'm big, you're small. There's nothing you can do about it.
And it doesn't really lead into the third movie, but the third movie centers around Harold's character trying to save Chris. They haven't spoken to each other in like several years, and Harold's grown up, he's got a house, he's got a wife, they're trying for a baby.
So who's the guy in the other films? Is it the brother that you would see? Is he in the other two films? The Christmas one?
Yeah. Oh,
Who's
Neil
his
Patrick
counterpart
Harris.
in the other films?
Kumar.
Yeah, which one's Kumar?
He's the
Is it the brother?
no, he's the doctor. He wants to be the doctor, but he smokes weed all the time.
No, who is he in the Christmas film?
I'm so confused what you're asking me.
Who is Harold and who is Kumar in the actual film of the Christmas
Do you
one?
mean the ethnicities?
No, who are they? I don't know the characters.
They are the characters, Harold and Kumar.
Who is the other one?
What other one? There isn't a third one. What are you on about?
What? Which guy plays the other character? Which one is it in the film? Harold is obviously the main guy who's married to the wife and
Yeah.
can't fix the Christmas lights. But who's Kumar? I don't remember mentioning his name in the whole film.
What are you on about? Kumar's the second guy. He's the Indian Asian guy. They're both Asian descent. I can't describe you any more about their ethnicities.
I don't feel like he's a very memorable character in that film.
He's the second main character. How are you not getting this?
It's not there.
I'm gonna cut all this out. This is absolute bullshit.
Okay, carry on. I'm just getting mad.
Fucking hell. So the third movie takes place about several years later. They haven't spoken to each other in that time, and Kumar gets a package at his house that's addressed to Harold, but Harold doesn't live there anymore. So he takes it over to his house where he's married and they're trying for kids, and he's waiting on his wife's parents and extended family to get there for Christmas, which is basically just going to ruin his Christmas. Little does he know that Kumar's actually going to ruin his Christmas, because when he gets there, it's like, oh my god, it's a massive weed joint. So they try and smoke it, accidentally set the Christmas tree on fire, and then the whole movie's about them trying to get a Christmas tree before the family comes home from midnight mass. And
I feel like I missed
again,
that bit of the film. That's probably why I went to the kitchen. I missed that bit.
right, okay.
That's probably why.
And it's actually shot with 3D cameras, so the movie was made for 3D, which adds to it. Like, most movies are made in post-production for 3D, like they're just converted afterwards. But this one was actually made with 3D cameras, so it makes it more exciting, more fun for the viewer, especially if you love the dynamic duo that they have and the jokes that they kind of portray. It's not to be taken too seriously. Like, they poke fun at loads of things, like poke fun at race, sexuality, and things like that.
It's inclusive, making fun of.
It's exclusive and inclusive, and it's just it's kind of everywhere. And
Don't worry, won't miss you out.
it's just a really fun, stupid film not to be taken seriously at Christmas. Like, who wants a really good raunchy comedy and to not and
Raunchy.
especially in 3D as well. It's a good throwback movie, because it was one of the better ones that they did that 3D had available.
That's fair. So, a little fun fact here about the movie. The joke about Kumar working in the White House, the actor actually was working there, and he took time off to film the movie.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's the joke. They're in an elevator. It's like, that's more unbelievable than you working in the White House. Yeah, like anyone's going to believe that.
That's hilarious. He actually was working there. I wonder what he did in the White House.
I can't remember. It's something really official and like.
That's hilarious. So.
Yeah.
Alexander's second favourite Christmas film is Elf. It's a good one.
Brilliant
2003.
Movie. Brilliant movie.
So tell us why, Alex.
Well, I mean, you just have to ask the general public for this one why it's a good movie, because it rules. It's the candy cane forest. Gumdrops, see if gumdrops.
I think it's one of those films though, like, because it's about an adult having to express his inner child. It's kind of, I guess, how we all want to be.
Yeah, and it's clinging on to that hope and wonder of Christmas. For no matter how old you get. And I think no matter where you come from, no matter who you are, your family is your family, and they're going to love you no matter what,
And it's
and no
about-
matter who you are.
I think it's about holding on to that kind of child that you used to be
Yeah,
and expressing it at Christmas.
yeah. No,
So-
I really like it. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Will Ferrell, and he didn't actually want to make the movie at the start.
Did he not?
No,
Oh,
and the studio didn't actually want to make the movie
that's sad.
because New Line Cinema at the time were more known for serious movies, and
Will Ferrell's not known for serious movies.
exactly. So when they first pitched the idea of like a light-hearted Christmas comedy, family comedy, they were like, "Nah, this is never going to work. We're not going to get the right producers or anything
And
for
look at it now.
And as soon as Will Ferrell was on board, they got the writers for it, and it's become one of the most well-known
It's one of
Christmas
those-
classics ever.
You know, say it's one of those classic films that not only does it get released online, or sorry, not online, like on TV and stuff like that, on Netflix, whatever, every year at
Yeah.
Christmas time. They also put like live streams of it on like the cinema, or they did do obviously when we had the cinema,
Yeah,
and then like events and stuff like that, because we're actually going to a drive-in movie.
we're going to a
of it.
drive-in movie.
So-
It's going to be so good.
And people just keep paying for it because it's just such a classic film.
Exactly. Every year round, especially most people will watch it once or twice a year at Christmas.
True.
So it's nearly a full year since you've seen that movie, and there's so many fun parts in it that you're like, oh, I know it's coming. You say to yourself in your head, I know it's coming. This part, like the snowball fight, or the part where he's eating like the little cotton balls in the hospital.
Yeah.
Or the part when he like
You find
when he
yourself
has the massive
quoting the
fight,
film.
when he has the massive fight in the department store, and it's just so many good parts when he's spinning around in the revolving doors, or he's picking gum off the streets,
I've
where he
actually
gets
done
hit by
that,
the taxi.
and I can say it's very fun.
Have you? World's best cup of coffee. Hi. So I just love that movie.
So, got a little fun fact.
Oh.
So, when Buddy eats candies and chocolate and spaghetti at the same time, it had to be recorded twice as Will Ferrell.
Phil Werrell.
Ferrell Will. As Will Ferrell vomited the first time.
Oh.
I mean, I would too if I had to eat that for real.
Speak for yourself. I reckon I could eat spaghetti, chocolate, and sweets at the same time.
I think you could. to be
I
fair.
probably could, yeah. I mean, I'd probably shit it out
Oh yeah, most
instantly.
definitely. Most definitely.
It'd run through me. I wonder what it'd taste like tomato flavored chocolate. Just imagine that.
Well, you don't like strong tomato anyway, so you just imagine like chocolate and candy and sweets in tomato sauce.
True.
Ugh, that sounds
True.
horrible. Right. So, our top favourite film, and it was my second,
Mm-hmm.
has got to be...
My favourite, your second favourite.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said our favourite.
No, I said our favourite, my second, your top. Your top, I'm bottom, okay?
Oh, you mean ours as in like ours together?
Yeah.
Right, overall, yes.
And it's The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, obviously.
Yes, from
So,
2000, Jim
Alexander,
Carrey.
why do we love this film?
I think it just captures how a different world, and how being cast out from that world of like people who are so connected together. If you're so different, but you secretly want to be in that community of people who so expressive of love and joy and happiness and family, and you feel so left out of that, like if you're the black sheep of the family, or if you've been cast out by your family or anything, or you've been, I don't know, resigned as child from this family, or if you've been abandoned or anything, it's relatable in the way that you want to be yourself, but you also want to be a bit
Accepted.
more, you want to be accepted and you want to be like them at the same time, but you don't want to see it as though you feel left out or you feel deserted. You want to make
So-
it, you want to, those to kind of just, they're always going to be there. That community is always going to be welcoming. It's just how closed off you've made yourself. It makes it seem as though you don't want to be part of that community. So it needs to be, you are more engaging, more honest and open. And I think that message gets brought across very well because of how Jim Carrey acts as the Grinch. He acts mean, he acts sinister, but he also acts very light-hearted, friendly, and, I don't know, Christmassy.
Can we just address the fact that the film in general is not about someone hating Christmas? It's about someone hating people. And that's something everybody's
Everyone
relatable
can
to.
relate that, yes. And especially I think at Christmas time, it gets more and more annoying.
It's like it's like any kind of.
So people are out there like buying stuff, you're just getting in the way and everything, driving mental.
I think it's more trying to say that every time you get a season come around, like you get Valentine's Day, you get even Halloween, like
Yeah.
it's always pushed down your throat, like, oh, it's a people holiday, it's an inclusive thing, it's someone to spend it with. And if you're kind of there like, oh, well, actually, all these people are not very nice and I don't like these people, it makes you bitter about it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily about the season, but
Yeah.
I think the season just brings it more out in people, and that's what the film is generally about.
Yeah.
Because he wants to make the people unhappy. It's not about like hating Christmas as such.
Alphabetically.
Christmas is cancelled.
Advocate Ebenezer who? I hate you!
It's a pretty sound impression right there.
Hate. Double hate. Loathe entirely.
You could see this face right now, guys.
I was so in the zone then.
The face
It's so in the moment.
is everything.
I was in the Grinch suit then. I felt
He
myself.
literally was.
I left this earth.
He turned green and
I was
everything.
in Whoville. I was on the Grinch top of the mountain.
Those long fingers.
Well, that's all it's about, isn't it? That's what it's always been about.
Stuff. So,
Jury duty, pink slip, blackmail.
fun fact about the film, Jim Carrey spent 92 days in full makeup, 2 hours
In the morning.
in the morning and 1 hour evening. It's
And
crazy,
actually,
isn't it?
I think he sought out psychological, like, mental help from a Navy SEAL. I think a team. He met someone, and they spoke about how, like, the physical endurance of going out into, like, I don't know, the training camps or the battlefield or something like that. And he used those techniques that the guy taught him to withstand being in such a hot, heavy, like, furry suit constantly, like, most of the day.
True. This is very true.
So I think that's a pretty interesting point as well. And then it comes out as such a childhood, light-hearted movie.
It does.
Imagine in 20 more years' time,
Don't you
the
look...
movie's 20 years old already.
Okay, don't make me feel old, thank you.
No, in another 20
Do
years'
you
time,
love-
it's going to be 40 years old.
Do you love, though, at the end, how he obviously is accepted by everyone, everything's all happy and everything, but he doesn't actually change who he is in the sense of, like, he's still a bit of a dick, but, like, in
Exactly.
a fun way.
It's still...
And that tells you...
In a fun way.
It kind of tells you, though, that it was never about the season, it was about the people.
Yeah, genuinely. It's
So-
about the people accepting him. He still wanted to be part of Christmas.
Everyone loves Christmas. And if you don't, you're a Scrooge.
You're a psycho. Psycho Scrooge.
Psycho. You fucking psycho.
So there you have it. They're our top favourite Christmas movies. Please let us know if your favourites are the same, if you agree with us why they're our favourites, or if you disagree, or what your favourite movies are.
Or if you have some fun facts about the
Or
films
if you
that
have
we
some fun-
haven't
or
said.
We'd love some fun facts.
That would be great.
Thank you very much.
Send us them in a message, post them at Who Cares. Just do
Oh,
it.
tag us in it. Hashtag, what should we say? Hashtag favourite Christmas movies. Oh no. Hashtag fave Xmas movies.
Hashtag Xmas facts. Facts Xmas.
Hashtag Xmas movie facts. Just hashtag something and at us at past present pointless on Instagram. Okay, so I'm not sure how you're going to react to this segment.
What is it?
Keeping it with the holiday season, although it's pointless facts. These are
Could you introduce
Pointless.
the headline of the next segment in a Christmassy voice?
Would you like me to start again?
No, I want you to do it like now, like I've just said it.
So, these are our pointless Christmas facts of 2020.
Was that your Christmas voice?
Yeah.
Wasn't very festive.
How festive do you need me to be?
Like your Santa Claus.
Like-
Ho, ho, ho. Well, Leonie, these are our pointless Christmas facts of 2020.
I sound like the guy from X Factor who introduces Britain's
no,
Got Talent.
I really liked that. That was
Is that good?
Yeah.
I can't read the whole segment. I'm
No,
just going to
it's
sound
fine.
like,
And now, ladies and
In this
gentlemen.
corner.
in this corner.
No, that was good. Carry on.
Right, so nearly 60 million Christmas trees are grown each year in Europe alone.
That's crazy.
Someone's scratching at the door.
Oh dear.
Oh my god, is it a boo?
Hello.
Hello,
Can
boo.
we help you?
You would like to come in and join the podcast? Come on then, you can read some pointless facts with us. 1 foot in. So yeah, 60 million trees grown every year. Just Christmas trees in Europe alone. That's a crazy amount, isn't it?
That is a mental marker. Do you think they all get used, or do you think they get planted once people don't want them?
They probably get planted each year. I don't know the time length of takes to grow a Christmas tree.
Probably a long time.
Possibly. Right, another pointless fact here. So, the abbreviation of Christmas,
Xmas.
Xmas, it isn't irreligious. So people think it's like against religion because it's got an X in it. It's like to do with Satanism or something.
That's just silly.
Yeah, people do think that. It's actually not. So the letter X is actually a Greek abbreviation for Christ.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, there you go then.
Wow.
Another pointless fact. So in 1999, residents of the state of Maine in America built the world's biggest ever snowman. Can you guess how tall he was?
Oh, can I have a clue?
Really tall.
That's your clue. 30 feet. Wait. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait. How tall is that? Wait, what? How high are you? You had to think then. You're like 30 feet. Wait.
I was using the wrong measurements. That's why I meant to say 30 foot.
Is it? I was hoping you'd say 30 centimeters. I could have a proper laugh.
No.
No, he's way taller than that. He's
100.
113.
Well, that was close,
feet
isn't it?
tall.
That's crazy.
It's
What's that
mental,
in
isn't it?
foot?
That is in foot.
You said
113 feet. Foot.
feet. Feet and foot aren't the same thing.
Are they not?
No.
What's the difference?
They're different measurements.
I don't care. He stood at 113 feet. Plural.
Okay.
Moving on. So before turkey, the traditional Christmas meal in England was actually a pig's head
Ugh,
and mustard.
that is disgusting. I bet
What
it was
is
English
happening?
mustard as well, that really hot, spicy mustard. Ugh.
Probably, because it said it was in England.
Dirty.
Dirty
Dirty.
pigs.
Who would have a pig's head? That just sounds disgusting. At
Very.
least have the middle.
All right. Final pointless Christmas fact. So many parts of the Christmas tree can actually be eaten.
Ugh,
And apparently the needles, they're actually a good source of vitamin C.
that's disgusting.
Who
I
wants to
suppose
eat
it's
that?
like pine, when they say like pine nuts and something, I bet that's where it's from.
Possibly.
Ugh, disgusting.
Imagine just drinking a
Um,
cup of sap.
So Beryl, how's your Christmas tree taste this year? It's quite nice, quite minty, you see.
It's quite piney. Needly.
It's sharp.
You've got something green in your teeth. I mean, just a whole mini. Oh god, it's a whole branch.
Well, I'm sorry, I got carried away, you see.
Fuck. There you have it. They were our pointless.
Christmas facts.
I like that.
Okay, we're gonna round it off with some Christmas movie quotes. Yeah.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Is that like a little duck then?
Yeah. Right. Let's see if you can guess these ones.
Sitting down, ready.
I'll give you clues for all of them. The 3 classic movies, and you've seen all of them.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, let's get into character for the first one. Things are fucked up at the North Pole. Mrs. Claus called me fucking her sister, and now I'm out on my ass.
Bad Santa? Oh,
Yes.
Was that it?
That was it, yeah. Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton. Such a it's a weird take on a bad comedy. Like a dark comedy, I mean. It's really pushed the boundaries, I reckon.
Dark Christmas.
That movie. Yeah, very dark
It's
Christmas.
kind of like, I guess, Krampus, because that's like a dark Christmas, isn't it?
Dark Christmas comedy, yeah. Alright, next quote.
I'm not a pervert. I was just looking for a Turbo Man.
Jingle all the way.
Yeah. Classic. Alright, third one. You guys give up? Or are you thirsty for more?
Home Alone 1?
Yes. Kevin McAllister. Brilliant movie.
I feel like that's is always going to be not idolized, but like he's immortalized in those films
Yeah.
because it's one of those films that nearly every person watches every year, so no one's ever going to forget who he is,
True.
which is probably good for him.
Yeah. He's always remembered for that role. Thank you very much for listening to our Christmas episode.
Hey!
I've been your festive host.
Festive, fabulous host.
Festive, fabulous, fit host. Alexander Carter. With my dream fantasy.
Fantasy.
Festive fantasy girlfriend, Le Honey. Festive Fantasy Fiance.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Nailed it. Le Honey Chambers.
Well, thank you. And thank you for watching.
And Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.